Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pinkin. In today's video, I'm going to talk about that another exchange, another big one, got the MiCA license. Now, here in Europe, the race is on because in some countries, for example, in Hungary, where I am, from the 1st of July, you can just use exchanges, basically, which having a MiCA license if you are from Europe. So it's very important that the exchange you use, it has that one, and now the new one, Kraken, joins the game. Okay, the second thing I would like to talk about, that Donald Trump is talking about more and more often and more strongly about how he would like to replace Jerome Powell, judging him basically, and he really looking for the next candidate because he wants these rate cuts. Then let's talk about the fact that the public companies have bought 250,000 Bitcoin this year, and just 160,000 were mined. So let's check about how they accumulating. And also we had Hashrate went down 15% since the 15th of June. And if you remember, this is the steepest drop in the last 3 years, because usually we're going up and up and up. What happened, guys? All this in today's video. And don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. So when we're looking at the prices, we can see Bitcoin is up 1.3% in the last 24 hours, Ethereum 2.3 up. With this, Ethereum $2,498, Bitcoin at 108,104 $. The top gainer today is Caspa in the top 100 with 7% up. Then we have Bitcoin Cash with 4% and Nexo with almost 3%. Then we're looking at the losers. Curve went down 8%, Fartcoin 8%, and Sonic about 7%. When we're looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, look at this one. Bitcoin is just getting stronger and stronger in the last 4 days, including today one. So we closed every single day above 100,000 $. Since the 8th of May, even when we had this dip, but this was just a week. And now, day by day, it's getting stronger. So actually, it's holding pretty well. And now let's move on to the first topic. The first topic is all about that Kraken has got the MiCA license as well. For those of you who are watching this video outside of the EU, this is not a big deal, but in the EU it is, and especially if you're living in a country like I am in Hungary, because there the race is on. To use this MiCA license fully, there are different deadlines. Actually, the whole thing went kind of live since the 31st of December 2024. But then each country had its own decision that they need 6 months, 12 months, 18 months to implement the whole thing. And for example, a country like Hungary has chosen 6 months. In that case, in Hungary, you are just allowed, if you would like to follow the law and, according to MiCA, you can just use exchanges with the MiCA license from the 1st of July. So basically in a couple of days' time. Therefore, the race is on. And if you looking at this one here, this is the official announcement on Kraken's website. Today it came out that they got the MiCA license from Central Bank of Ireland. And there are other exchanges as well. We have, Bybit, we have OKX, we have Crypto.com, and a couple of others. But for example, Binance hasn't got the MiCA license yet. And in many European countries, this is not a big deal. You still can use them. But for example, in a country which chose 6 months instead of 12 or 18, like Hungary, it's very, very important which one has it by the time of 1st of July. So for you guys, this is important news, especially if you are using Kraken or you would like to have more options. Right. Okay, now let's move to the next topic. The next topic is that Donald Trump is pushing harder and harder the topic replace, Jerome Powell. Well, Trump's just keep talking about it, judging Jerome Powell's decision, and and calling him in not in a nice way. And he was asked that is he actually looking for a candidate. So let's listen to this very short video.
Criticizing the Federal Reserve Chair before coming to this summit.
Yeah, I think he's terrible.
I was wondering if you've begun interviewing different candidates for the Fed pick.
Yeah, I know within 3 or 4 people who I'm going to pick. I mean, he goes out pretty soon, fortunately, because I think he's terrible. We have no inflation. We have a tremendous economy. Hundreds of billions of dollars of tariff money is pouring in. Factories are being built because they don't want to pay the tariffs, so they're building them all over the country. I think we're close to $15 trillion. I told you $5.1 trillion from the Middle East alone, but of investment money coming in. There's never been anything like that in the history of our country. But we have no inflation. And we have borrowing because Biden, stupidly, they did short-term debt. So we have borrowing coming up. And, you know, we'll go 10 years, maybe longer, maybe shorter, but we'll go a long period of time when we do the debt. And because of him, because of this guy, we will have to pay for years. We'll be paying for him. And I said to him, listen, there's no inflation. He says, but maybe there'll be some. That's true. I said, if there is some, what you do is raise the rate. I'm okay with that. You raise the rate in 2 years from now or in a year from now. But because the rate's high, we have to pay more for debt. It's pretty equal. In other words, if it's 4%, it's 4%. If you drop it a point, you'll pay 3%. So it's fairly equal, not necessarily, but fairly equal. So we're going to end up paying maybe 2 points or 3 points more. 3 points would be about $900 billion a year because of this very average mentally person.
Okay, now here comes the judgment, but you got the whole point why Donald Trump is pushing this one. And as he said, he's okay if the inflation goes back, then okay, increase the rates. But for now, he should cut it. So definitely he will be out of office, you know, latest in the next year around spring, but maybe sooner, who knows. But if Donald Trump going to announce the new candidate who will take Jerome Powell's job, and what he's saying, what his goal is, it will be much more important, and the market will start to price that in rather than what Jerome Powell is doing in his last couple of months. So that could be an interesting thing, and this can have definitely an impact on the market. Okay, and now let's talk about the fact that public companies have bought 250,000 Bitcoin this year. You know, the race is on basically, so limited supply, maximum 21 million, right now 9.8 million, a bit more, it's out already. And, just when we're looking at public companies, they have bought 250,000 Bitcoin. In this year, only 160,000 were mined, but these are just the public companies. And when you're looking at now already, 3,347,000, you see the number, roughly speaking, it's already in the hands of ETFs, countries, public companies, private companies, Bitcoin mining companies, and DeFi. So as you can see it here, this is more than almost 16% of 21 million Bitcoins. So they are accumulating heavily. And when we're not looking at public companies, you're looking at the ETF issuers. Look at them. Just yesterday, they bought $547 million worth of Bitcoin. Before that, $588 million worth of Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. When we're looking at ETH, it's the same thing. They accumulating, so they getting heavy into this. Therefore, I think it's very important. And also look at this one, Bitcoin, how it's performing. We had the war situation now, all these kind of things. It didn't drop under 100,000 US dollar. This is how strong it is right now. And now when we're looking at, it's dropped about. So far, it's about 3.5% less than its all-time high, around 112,000 US dollar. So yeah, the race is on, and Bitcoin is holding itself pretty strong. Okay, and now let's talk about the drop of the hash rate in Bitcoin. So when you're looking at the hash rate before, then you could see that it just went up and up and up. And since the 15th of June, we had the sharpest drop, about 15% in the last 3 years. And it's pretty much probably comes down to Iran. And now the question is that what was this whole thing also about? And what if, they aimed not just for nuclear facilities, but for example, also for Bitcoin mining facilities? Because of this Bitcoin competition, we do know that the US would like to dominate this. And what if they destroyed Bitcoin mining, facilities over there? And this is the reason because of the drop. So this is very interesting, because otherwise Bitcoin is hot, things doing pretty well. Iran was the one which was bombed recently, and after the bombing, the hash rate dropped. So that's an interesting thing, and we do know there are a lot of Bitcoin mining facilities over there. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news. Every single day you can keep yourself up to date. Now, in July, it will be a little bit different. The only reason that, if you're watching this channel, that you know that for in the last 6 years, I going every single year for a month with my family on vacation. This is my best investment, actually, put it this way, in the year, when I can spend time with my kids and, my wife, and really quality time. So I'm going to make videos probably, but not that often during July. By the end of July, I'm back in the office, and then I just will continue what you have seen so far, but a bit less videos will be published because I will enjoy my holiday. I hope you guys understand it, but I think this is very, very important, because crypto money is one thing, but I personally love to invest in experiences and, spend quality time with those who you love. I think it's very, very important. This is why we're doing this whole thing, I believe. This is why I doing it, put it this way. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.